Story Cao Truyen Noi Lam Chua Muan Loi. Story The story of the man who is the Lord of all creatures. In the past, the heaven and the earthly world lived very close to each other, just like the earthly world and the water world lived next to each other. In one day, all species in the three realms can travel and play for a few days and it is still not dark. The King of Heaven is the ruler of all creatures in the three realms. But because he wanted all creatures on earth and the earth to have a representative to take care of them every day, the Jade Emperor placed in the earthly world a small king called the Emperor and in the water world a king called the Water. Chi. At that time, the Emperor on earth was the tortoise, and the Emperor in the water world was. But in the earthly world, all species increasingly divided into many species and multiplied. The Turtle Emperor has short legs and a thick shell, walks slowly, and is no longer talented enough to govern all species. Therefore, many times the Turtle Emperor asked the Jade Emperor to resign, so that another species could take the throne. But when the Jade Emperor asked the turtle who he should send, the turtle was confused, because the turtle did not know who was truly worthy. There were times when the Jade Emperor and the Turtle Emperor discussed for several months, reviewing all species but still could not find the most trustworthy person to be the king to replace the turtle. One day, the Jade Emperor found a plan, so he called the Turtle Emperor on Earth to discuss, then returned to announce to all living things, "The Jade Emperor has passed away. Anyone who remembers him should go to heaven to pay his respects." The Jade Emperor intended to pass away. The worship of all creatures will choose the one who has the most compassion for them and become king of the world. Receiving the Jade Emperor's order to return to Earth, the Turtle Emperor had to travel for 3 long months to announce everything to all species. Hearing that news, all living beings on Earth invited each other to heaven to pay their respects and pay their respects to the Jade Emperor. The Turtle Emperor went along, but occasionally stopped along the way to listen and ask questions about slow-moving species. All species flocked to heaven in droves. First of all, there are birds, because they rely on their lightness and wings, so they fly together. On the way, they saw the Turtle Emperor slowly walking step by step, and they turned around and mocked him. Second is the group of wild animals. At the forefront are deer, followed by weasels, squirrels, rabbits, and finally tigers, wolves. This group follows each other, aggressively, going wherever they go. Screaming loudly, shaking the ground, spreading grass, and falling trees. When they overcame the Turtle Emperor, they also competed to tease each other. Third are reptiles, including snakes, centipedes, lizards, salamanders, wind pythons, which are equally aggressive. They also left Turtle far behind. Some even sprayed foam into their eyes, causing the turtle to retract its head. Finally, there is the group of people. Humans walk very leisurely. As they walked, they told each other about the Jade Emperor's contributions to all species, especially to humans. They praised the Jade Emperor for having endured many hardships while trying to create heaven and earth, giving birth to plants, trees and all species. Halfway through the journey, the group met the Turtle Emperor, who was taking heavy, tired steps. They immediately took turns carrying the Turtle Emperor as they walked quickly. All species had arrived at heaven. When entering the ceremony, the bird that arrives first should be invited in first. They stand on top, on bottom, vertically, horizontally, facing up, facing down, very messy. The birds screamed, "O Jade Emperor! O Jade Emperor! Can the King of Heaven still die?" We thought that since we were kings of heaven, we had to live to make waves day and night, to capture the living and capture the dead. Luckily, if the Jade Emperor dies, we birds will be able to fly freely. O Jade Emperor! How pitiful! From now on, our group will be free to roam freely. Lying on the bed, pretending to be dead, listening to the birds cry, the Jade Emperor was filled with anger. They just cry and scream out loud. Every child's eyes are dry. They were full of sarcastic sarcasm. How many times did the Jade Emperor try to get up and beat the treacherous people to death, but he tried to suppress his anger so he could test the hearts of other species. After complaining falsely for a while, the flock of birds went outside to wait for food. Drink. Next, the group of wild animals comes to sacrifice. They stand haphazardly, more chaotic than birds. When it was time to send someone, their cries became even louder. Like a deer, the deer cries loudly, making the ears hurt. Like a tiger and leopard growling, baring its fangs and claws, making everyone tremble in fear. They also had dry eyes and a sarcastic tone. It was the same with the reptiles. Mess, noise, and lies are revealed in the way they sit, crawl, and cry. Some children are even more arrogant, aggressive, and treacherous than birds and animals. The Jade Emperor heard everything clearly, but still tried to hold back his heart and waited for the group to finish worshipping. It was the group's turn to come in to worship. They know how to listen to each other, stand in line silently, one above and one below. Everyone's eyes were sad. No one in the upper row said a word. In the lower row there was silence. No one said a word. And it was that silent atmosphere that made the ceremony even more solemn. At the command of the leader, all the people cried at the same time. They cried and lamented together, "Oh, create and govern all living things." Loving Nak Hoang is like loving a mother, missing Nak Hoang like missing a father. The Jade Emperor's gratitude is as high as the sky and ocean. Please kneel before his spirit. We offer all humanity's gratitude to the Jade Emperor. O Lord Jade Emperor! O Lord Jade Emperor! After crying and complaining, the group still bowed. Everyone's tears flowed in streams. Lying still on the bed and listening to the pitiful cry, the Jade Emperor was deeply moved. Waiting for all species to finish sacrificing, the Jade Emperor stood up, then beckoned everyone to come closer and said sternly, "I created this trick just to test the hearts of all species. Currently, Emperor Turtle is old and weak and increasingly slow. I want to find someone talented and virtuous to replace him, but I don't know who to choose. Therefore, through this visit, I want to choose a species that is both benevolent and virtuous and has a good heart for me to take the throne to replace Emperor Turtle. Through this visit and sacrifice, we know who is good and who is ungrateful. So now I can choose who is worthy to be crowned emperor." Seeing that the Jade Emperor was still alive and saying that, the birds and wild animals turned around and blamed each other, because they were so impulsive that they missed the sarcasm. Satirizing the Jade Emperor. But they still decided to fight for the throne of earthly emperor for their clan. The birds immediately nominated Hawk to run for election. They were full of praise for Hawk's ability to fly high and strong, able to fly all over the world at once. Hawks have round and bright eyes, with the ability to see all the good and bad things of all creatures, to accurately set punishments or rewards. Hawks have a hard, hooked beak with sharp, pointed claws, and will have enough strength to peck through the heads and tear apart stubborn species and breeds. The wild animals are also eager to take the tiger out. Candidates. They say that the tiger has the talent to jump high and run far, can go everywhere in a blink of an eye, from the stream to the end of the rapids, from caves and alleys to remote places, so he can have enough strength to watch. Consider all species. Tigers also have unrivaled health, sharp fangs and sharp claws, capable of killing any species that refuses to obey the emperor's orders. Reptiles are full of praise for snakes. They say that snake has the talent to crawl up high trees to look at birds, has the talent to roam all over the ground to inquire about animals, and has the talent to sneak into every corner of every village to investigate every good deed. Humanity has not yet spoken up. They intend to wait for the Jade Emperor to be picky, but the Turtle Emperor, who loves humanity with kindness and intelligence, should recommend him. The Jade Emperor agreed, saying, "I have the same idea as the Turtle Emperor. So I am willing to choose humans to take the throne and replace the Turtle Emperor to rule over all living things in the world." Hearing the Jade Emperor's decision to choose humans to be emperor, the tiger angrily widened his blue eyes, raised his claws, bared his fangs, and roared. Shouted loudly, intending to jump in and bite people. Hawk also glared, spread out 5 pairs of sharp claws, grabbed his beak, intending to fly back and peck at humans. Snakes also widened their bulging eyes, spread their necks and spit out foam, intending to rush in and release venom. Nak Hoang rolled his eyes and shouted loudly. The Jade Emperor's shout echoed like thunder, causing the tigers, snakes, and hawks to stand still. They huddled together, shivering. The Jade Emperor continued, "Humans are intelligent, know how to keep morality, and know how to value humanity, so I chose to be the emperor, to govern all living things on Earth. All species from now on must obey humanity's orders. Tigers have an evil stomach, from now on they have to let people eat their meat and boil their bones. Evil hawk, from now on will be subject to hunters. Snakes that often spray people with venom will have to endure the punishment of lying curled up in a cave, starving for half a year and only being able to come out when the sun shines. The herbs today refuse to come to worship. I ordered the herbs to obey the orders of humans, not to resist." Afterwards, the Jade Emperor ordered the worship to end. All species will return to where they are. Humans return to take the throne, replacing the turtle to rule the world. From then on, people were allowed to hunt animals, trap birds, and had the right to cut trees, cut wood, mow grass, pick fruits, and collect seeds of any herb. Herbs obey the Jade Emperor's orders and listen to human orders. Only tigers, snakes and hawks are still stubborn. They do not completely obey the Jade Emperor's orders. But they also do not dare to openly betray humanity. Tigers also stalked humans and took them back to the forest to eat meat. Hawks suddenly swooped down and picked up a few people's chickens and carried them to the top of trees. Snakes also secretly drop venom on some unwitting people. Although tigers, snakes and hawks have cruel hearts, they are all very afraid of human power. Every time they meet humans, they often avoid them. So humans are the lords of all creatures and have the right to rule the world from then on. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.